Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, we're going to talk about something this morning on this episode of the Bullet Points that should give you pause no matter where you are in the political spectrum, no matter where you are in these United States. This is potentially pretty concerning. Everything's going to be linked in the description box below per usual. We are going to talk about, did the Postal Service spy on Americans utilizing their constitutionally protected rights? This has potential to be a can of worms. Like I said, everything is linked, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys think and send this one out because everyone needs to know about this one. Now, I'm going to say a quick word from our sponsor, SDI, and then we're going to dive into this because you guys need to know this information that was just released. Now, I know a lot of you out there like to repair and upgrade your own guns. If you're looking for a way to take your hobby to the next level, Sonora and Desert Institute can help. The online programs at SDI cover armor courses, gunsmithing, ballistics, woodworking and finishes, shooting, sports management, and more. Plus, all the materials and the tools shipped directly to your door. There's never been a better time to dive into something that could actually become a career, so what are you waiting for? There's a link in the description box below, and thank you so much to you for checking it out and SDI for making the videos this week possible because we can break stuff like this. Now, the article I'm about to show you is coming from the Washington Times. This is based off of a Freedom of Information request that they just received. I'm going to walk you through all the details. You need to know about this. All right, let's dive into this. Postal Service surveilled protesters with pro-gun and anti-Biden agendas. Okay, so obviously the pro-gun thing kind of piqued our interest. That's what we talk about on this channel. Passing the Second Amendment along to the next generation. Check this out. This broke today from the Washington Times. The U.S. Postal Service monitored protesters across the country, snooping on Americans focused on issues involving guns and President Biden's elections, according to records obtained by the Washington Times. Now, this was sent to me by one of the viewers. Pretty good dude. Thank you, little hat tip to whoever you are. You know who you are. But we've got to talk about this. Is the Postal Service, yet another government agency, another government bureaucracy, overstepping their bounds, their constitutional bounds, and their legal authority? I'm shocked. Let's dive in. Check this out. Turns out that postal inspectors track the actions of gun rights activists gathering in Richmond, Virginia. That's what I'm going to focus on for a second. Check this out. Cato Institute senior fellow Patrick Eddington obtained the heavily redacted records detailing the postal inspectors spying from September 2020 through April 2021, including through covert social media surveillance called the Internet Covert Operations Program. You can't make this up, and the Cato Institute is an established presence in Washington. This is not a rag outfit. This is important. The records provide a rare glimpse into the breadth and depth of the Postal Service's surveillance apparatus, which Mr. Eddington said was capable of reaching into every home and business in the country. It's quite possible that they looked at everything that you were receiving across the board just to be safe. They overstepped their bounds, at least according to this. We're going to dive into it, but you guys need to know this. A redacted situational awareness bulletin released in response to Mr. Eddington's Freedom of Information Act request showed the U.S. Postal Inspection Service tracked peacefully armed protest by Virginians demonstrating at the Second Amendment rally for Lobby Day in Richmond on January 18, 2021. Peacefully armed protest. That is a Second Amendment rally. Nothing went down there. Nothing bad occurred, but you were still surveilled if you went to this rally? That's not acceptable. Let's continue. When asked, this is what the Postal Service says. Asked about its surveillance of Americans, the U.S. Postal Inspection Service said its inspectors are federal law enforcement officers charged with protecting Postal Service employees, infrastructure, and customers. Still waiting for the tie-in for the Second Amendment activities. Quote, the U.S. Postal Inspection Service occasionally reviews publicly available information in order to assess potential safety or security threats to Postal Service employees, facilities, operations, and infrastructure, the agency said in a statement. If you believe that that is the intent of their entire operation here, again, I have a bridge to sell you somewhere where there's no water. Just saying. The Postal Service Inspector General said this year that the Postal Inspector's surveillance overstepped law enforcement authority and may not have had legal approval. No, stop, shocking. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, one more quote. Quote, we determined that certain proactive searches, the ICOP, that's the Covert Operational Security, conducted using an open source intelligence tool from February to April 21, exceeded the Postal Inspection Service's law enforcement authority. The Postal Service watchdog said in a March audit. Furthermore, we could not corroborate whether other work analysts completed from October 2018 through June 2021 was legally authorized. If you happen to see this or you know somebody in Congress, this needs to be pursued. You've got the Postal Service spying on Americans, supporting their Second Amendment rights in a legal, lawful rally. So many problems. But don't worry, there's going to be a review. The audit said that the Postal Service agreed to conduct a full review of the analytics team, a new name for the ICOP program, before a targeted deadline of September 30, 2022, a couple days from now, and would ensure its inspectors' online surveillance activities were authorized. Oh, that's cute. What about when you infringe upon these people's rights? Not even their Second Amendment rights, just their right to privacy, just their right to assemble. What about all of those things? No, that's okay because it was in the pursuit of safety, of Postal Service facilities and operations. Come on. Again, see bridge somewhere where there's no water. And that's what I've got for you guys. We're going to be following this a lot tighter because the deadline's coming up here in the next couple of days. Please send this out. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next episode. I'm Braden. See you later.